Remember the lady confess that she don't touch Usain Bolt money. And I want to get back for money. You see? And Dr. Clark deceived us when he said that the IMF was involved. And then you remember before Dr. Blake became commissioner, him come and him say the FBI was not involved, but if they need the FBI, they will call them in. And you understand now why Jamaicans don't trust this government. We have lost trust in this government. Totally lost trust. Because as the man rightfully said, if an icon like Usain Bolt can suffer this fate, what will happen to the average man in the street? Colin, what is your take on the Prime Minister saying PNPism will not come back to Jamaica? If PNPism not come back to Jamaica, we're dead like dog, dead with teeth kin. Let me remind you, because you see, I want to know if it takes some time and look back from 2007. From 2007 to now. So much years that? 7 from 20 left 13 plus 4, that are 17 years. For the last 17 years in Jamaica, the GLP has been in power for 13 of it. I'm trying to realize that. For the last 17 years. 13 years out of that, it is the GLP that has been in power. And you realize, anytime you hear the Prime Minister talk, him talk about the 90s. Him don't talk about 2012 to 2016. Him don't talk about 2007 to 2012. Because 2007 to, let me be correct, to December 2011, the GLP, Bruce Golden, Audley Shaw, Andrew Holness wreck the economy of this country. And I challenge anybody to come tell me otherwise. In 2007, we did not have a borrowing arrangement with the IMF. In 2008, Audley Shaw, Bruce Golden, and Andrew Holness took us back to the IMF. Remember, there was a meltdown, the economy meltdown, the global recession that hit the world. Audley Shaw told Jamaicans, don't worry, this recession will not affect Jamaica. In fact, the recession would benefit Jamaica. That was what Audley Shaw told us in 2008. Remember this, my people. When the recession hit, they ran back to the IMF. They took the wrong agreement. They only took one test. They couldn't take the second test. They took the first test and failed it. And the IMF kicked us out. The multilateral that lend countries money kicked Jamaica to the curve. Because Audley Shaw, Bruce Golden, Andrew Holness couldn't cross it. And they wrecked Jamaica economy in that term. Mash it up. And when the PNP came back to office, December 2011, the GLP was wiped out. And the PNP came back to office. Dr. Peter Phillips and phenomenon woman, Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller, said to Dr. Davis, manage the books, I will manage the people's lives. They had to beg people like Yvette Clarke from the Women Black Caucus in America, beg them to go talk to the IMF. And there is a documentary out there. You can go look for it and watch it. Where Yvette Clarke tell you when she beg and she neither get nowhere, she had to go beg Obama to talk to the head of the IMF, to give Jamaica a talk. Not to give Jamaica the deal, to talk to it. Because the IMF was not talking to Jamaica. Because we failed them miserably. Because Audley Shaw, Bruce Golding and Andrew Holness couldn't cross it. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about that. When we got the deal with the IMF, everybody was said that the austerity measures was too great. Jamaica would make it. But God bless Dr. Peter Phillips. God bless Sister P. They navigated the way. God bless Mark Golding because he was a part of the team. They navigated through the rough waters and they build a solid foundation, bring back Jamaica's economy, that when Andrew Holness and him team win 2016 and look at the foundation, they said this is beautiful and we are going to grow the economy by 5% in 4 years, and they failed. Mash up the economy again. And I run off him mouth about PNPism. Let me tell you about PNPism. That segment of our lives, that Portia Simpson Miller led administration, was PNPism at its best. Saving Jamaica from disaster. Bringing back Jamaica from the brink of destruction brought on by the labor rights. So you wile me up tonight. When you ask me a question like that, me's a man with elephant memory. Remember, Colin, him saying the PNPism is all about handout and freeness. Well, let me tell you about handout and freeness. 2016, when they were campaigning, they said that they were going to increase the income tax threshold to 1.5 million revenue neutral. That is the part that they don't talk about, because I heard him this evening talking about it again, and I said PNP did say it couldn't do. Yes, the PNP said it couldn't happen, because you're leaving off the part, Mr. Prime Minister, that you promised that it would be revenue neutral. It cost us $34 billion. You're a deceiver. That is half truth. You said you was going to increase the tax threshold, the income tax threshold, to $1.5 million revenue neutral. No left off the part there. Because if you left off the part there, it's not the whole truth. So when you put on the revenue neutral, the PNP was right when they said it couldn't happen. Because you did it and it cost the country $34 billion. And everything when we talk are the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. The archives are there. Nothing when we talk no hard to find. Because this is the digital age. The Prime Minister is still an analog politician operating in a digital time. That's why he lies them and find him out. Because I know like one time when you have to go reel one tape, when his uncle TVG or JBC or RGR would have the tape. Anybody now go up on them smartphone, Prime Minister, and bring up back your speech from when. Anybody go up on them phone, bring up back parliament from when? So your lies are find you out. I know many men I wish dead upon you. And your lies are come home to roost. Lying lips is abomination, my brother. So understand yourself. It's not many men wishing death on you. It is your lies and your half-truth. So anybody who is interested in finding the truth will find it. Because remember again, these are digital times. These are digital times. No more analog, brother. So you and your analog style now go work, come out here and make up your face and talk loud. We are research you. And we're finding the information. The GLP crashed the economy between 2007 and 2011. The PNP resurrect the economy between 2012 and 2016. And here you are, Mr. Prime Minister, wrecking the economy again. That's why Nigel Clark a runway. I wanna go on like the best thing since sliced bread. I go and play the tape for sure. No say Omar Davis got offers from the IMF to leave, but as a patriotic Jamaican, Dr. Omar Davis stick and stayed with us and took Jamaica out of uncharted waters.
No, I've never earned that in my life.
And you never decide to take up a foreign job. Were you offered any foreign job?
Several times.
What?
Yes.
You were offered a foreign job by who, Dr. Davis?
The multilaterals, the different multilaterals.
So you're talking.
Matter of fact, I recall when the deputy managing director of the IMF was retired. They had a function for him. And he said, boy, you don't understand why all this fuss about him, because the people who do real work and should get commendation. And he named me, he named Mandela's finance minister, Trevor Manuel, and so. That sort of offer is a standard practice they use, you know, because if they're able to tap into the best from the third world or the developing world, it gives them an edge, and you can't accuse them of at least they think you can accuse them of bias. But yes, I was offered opportunities, mostly for the World Bank.
So you could have gone if you had wanted to.
Well,
you see what me I talk about? You know hear what me I talk about? So all who jump up, hey, Nigel Clark, this. Nigel Clark is not a patriotic Jamaican. He's not. That's why in jump ship and gone with a whole heap of unfinished business. The workers at Pika still not get sought out yet in this new salary revolution when him talk about. He not finished the job, but him running. They're running and they're running and they're running away. But you can't run away from yourself. I want to say thanks to